Traditionally, the Langston Hughes Festival is the second year project for the playwriting students, where traditionally a playwright brings in a play in progress, a script, and over the course of 3 to 4 weeks, um, a company builds and puts up a workshop production of that play. And um, I didn't want to put up a production because even though I had written many drafts of that script, I didn't feel like I still had a script and that I really wanted to experiment with process and that I wanted to write the script and find the script in the room with the artist in the room and not necessarily bring fully formed characters, but rather meet the actor with the character and build something together. Jackie, Tyler, and I were working on my Langston Hughes project, Untitled Old Hollywood Project, last December. And I remember I experienced a lot of joy and fulfillment, and I discovered a lot in that process. That towards the end of it, applications for like Summer Cabaret came out, and I had like an instinct of like, oh, I wonder what would happen if there was an entire season that was dedicated to new plays, that focused on process, and that focused on community, and that was artist centered, and that then inspired me and the collaborators that I worked on with, Langston Hughes, to come together and say, we did a project like this. Now can we create a space where other projects have those same experiences?
As an actor, sometimes can feel like, oh, can I offer something? Like, I have this idea, like, just like something that, like, you need to, like, um, kind of like ask permission for. And it was a room where, like, we just, like, bring the ideas, and that was the thing, like, it was like, okay, yeah, I was thinking about this, can we do this, and like it was just like taken, like that was like the rhythm of the room.
There was this instant connection with everyone here on this group of like we have the same passion and the same ideas, and just having an opportunity to do work by queer black and brown people was just like those opportunities don't come around every day. And I thought about myself in high school when I was like this closeted queer black and brown person, and I was just looking for other people that were like me, and the only way to do that was to find stories of people like me, and that was very scarce, especially here in this country. So for us to produce an entire season that was those stories and supporting that community was really profound and really really special to me.
So we decided to have two aspects of the season. One was the main stage, which is so we have three main stage productions, and those are like the ticketed audience, large productions, and then we have the workshops, which is more speaking to the idea of process. It gives the playwrights or the creators the opportunity to just develop a piece and then have a opportunity for an invited audience to give feedback, and just get it to the next point of where they want it to be. So it really was a collaborative process in terms of building the season even from the beginning, as opposed to having a set model and then saying, okay, now we need to make your vision fit ours. It was more of meeting in the middle and saying, okay, we're inspired by your vision. And I think even in the interview process, that was the main focus. And I was like, okay, well, here are the resources that we have. How can we how can we bring this to life?
Yeah, and the role of the producer, at least in my opinion, is a good producer is a extreme champion and supporter of the artist. I have to look at not only just the artistic vision, but just the vision of the space. So like, how are these artists coming into the space? What resources do they have? How are they making it from first rehearsal to closing of the show? So that means making sure that they have the rehearsal space, making sure they have the materials that they need, making sure that they have the support in the company that they need. So that's as the producer to look at the budget, look at the schedule, look at the resources we have, and then make it work so the artist can enact the huge creative vision that they have. So it's really just being like the support for them, being on call, answering emails, phone calls, text messages, alleviating any fears, because like we are the creators of the space, and these artists are coming into the space. We have to make sure that they're comfortable and supported within it.